Hi, this is Kerry from Orange Cat Crochet. In this tutorial, I'm just going to show you how to get started with your ghost so that if you brought the pattern and you're a complete beginner, that you'll be able to get started with your kit. So in this video, we're going to cover the basic stitches, working in the rounds and how to follow the pattern. So if you want to get your yarn and your crochet hook and your stitch marker out of your kit bag, we can get started. So if you look at the first line of your pattern, it will say to make a magic circle and do 6 single crochet into that magic circle. So there are several different ways of making a magic circle. I find this method the best. It can be seen as a bit of a cheats version, but it's easy and very good for beginners. So all we need to do to start off with is make a slip knot. So you do that as you would a slip knot for anything. So you wrap it round, pull it up a bit, make a loop and pull that through. Keep hold of your tail so you've got a decent length tail and pull tight. So that gives you an adjustable circle. You're then going to put this hook onto the end of your hook. So to hold the hook, I always hold it in my right hand and pinch it between my thumb and my index finger, and then just hold it in the rest of your hand. So you put the hook on like that, and then to hold the yarn, I always hold it over my palm, loop it over my index finger, hold it at the bottom between my little finger and my ring finger, and then with my middle finger and my thumb, I'll pinch my work and adjust my work so it keeps it in position. So what we're next going to do is we're going to chain 2. So to chain, what you're going to do is push your hook back, loop your yarn so it catches it into the hook part, and then you're going to pull that through that. So that gives you first chain. This chain is the adjustable one because it's from your knot. If you're working a project where, like a blanket, and you're doing a line of single crochets, you don't normally count that. You'd normally tighten that right up and that wouldn't count. So we're going to chain another chain. So you do the same, wrap your yarn, pull it through, so that gives you your 2 chains. So this second chain, we're not going to count it as anything. It just allows us to be able to move our hook. So if you look at your pattern, it says make a magic circle, and then you're going to do 6 single crochet into that magic circle. So in my pattern, I use US terminology. I found that for this type of toy pattern, the Ngami toy patterns, most patterns are wrote in American terminology, and that's how I learnt. But if you want to change that to UK terminology, if you look where you've got your different stitch definitions at the top of the pattern, it has got the UK term next to it. And if you're working in the UK term, this would be a double crochet. So to do a single crochet, what we're going to do is we're going to insert our hook through that middle magic circle. Then we're going to put our hoop back and loop our yarn from behind so we can pull it through. So to do that, you just put your hook backwards, circle it round so you hook your yarn, pull it through. So you've now got 2 loops on the hook. You're then going to do it like you chained by pushing it backwards, hooking your yarn and pulling that through both loops on your hook, and that gives you your first single crochet. So then we're going to do it again. So we're going to insert our hook, hook our yarn, pull it through, so you've got 2 loops, then you're going to push it backwards, hook your yarn and pull it through both. So now you've got 2 single crochet. So as per the pattern, we need another 4. So we're going to insert, bring our yarn in front of our hook, hook it over, pull it through. This time we're going to push our hook backwards and hook our yarn, pull it through both. So that gives us our 3rd single crochet. So again, push your hook through the loop, pull it through, 2 loops, yarn over, pull through. So that's 4. So again, 5, and again, that gives us 6. So if you count, each stitch makes a V shape, if you can see that. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you've got 6. So then what we're going to do now is we're just going to pull that just a little bit on that tail so it tightens your circle slightly. You don't want to pull it too much at this stage because on your second round we're going to be working into that part of the stitch. So if you look at round 2 on your pattern, it says we're going to increase in each stitch around. So that an increase means you're going to put 2 single crochet in each stitch. So how we start off with is we need to insert our hook into the top part of the stitches. This round can be a bit tricky, that's why you don't want to pull it too tight at first to get your hook into. But what you want to do is you want to insert it under the V of the top of the stitch. And then we're going to work our single crochets as normal. So we're going to bring the hook behind the yarn, hook it, pull it through so you've got the 2 loops, and pull that through both. Then, because you're doing the double, you want to insert your hook again and do 2 single crochet in that one chain space, that one stitch. So that's 2. Now what you want to do at this point is take your stitch marker and insert that into the first single crochet, like so, so you know where you are. And that's how, when you're working in the rounds, you can identify where the start of your round is. So that's a very important thing to do. So here we go, we're in our second stitch. So we're going to insert, pull through, 2 loops, push back, yarn over. That's a single crochet. So we need 2, remember, because it's an increase. So insert our hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, and that's our second one. So at this point we're adding, so it's making 2. So into our 6 stitches we're going to end up with 12 single crochet. So remember, insert our hook under the V, bring our hook back behind our yarn, hook our yarn, pull it through, 2 loops, push our hook back into the yarn and hook it, pull it through. So that's 1, 2. So we're going to carry on doing that until the end of the round. And don't worry if you're finding this hard to do at this stage. This is the trickiest round because it's the tightest round, so the first 2 can be tricky and take a while. If you find you go wrong or you need to practice it, just keep on doing your stitches and practicing it. So there we go, and you know you're at the end when you've got reach your stitch marker again. So you just want to count at this point that you've got 12 stitches, and then you know you've gone right. So at this point what we're going to do is we're just going to pull that centre circle by pulling the tail and making it tighten as much as possible. So on your ghost, that's going to be the top of the head. So now if you want to look at round 3 of the pattern, so on the round 3 you'll see a bracket and then it says 1 single crochet, comma, increase, close brackets, and repeat the bracket to the bracket around 6 times. So what we're going to do is, for this, we're going to just remove our stitch marker. So in our first stitch we're going to do 1 single crochet. So if we do that, so insert your hook as normal, hook your yarn, pull through 1. So then replace your stitch marker into that first stitch. Sorry, I made the camera wobble. There we go. And then in the second stitch, we are going to do an increase. So that's 2 single crochet in the same stitch. There we go. So then in our next one, we're going to do 1 single crochet, and then we're going to do 2 for our increase. And that gives us our pattern. So we've got 1 single crochet, increase, 1 single crochet, increase. That's 2 repeats. So then for our third increase, for third repeat, we're going to do 1 single crochet, 1 increase. And then what we're going to do is we're going to repeat that round. So you've got 1 single crochet, 1 increase, 1 single crochet, 1 increase, 1 single crochet, 1 increase until you reach the end of your round. So that is your round 3. So on your round 4, it's 2 single crochets, 1 increase. So you'll do 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 1 increase, 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 1 increase all the way round. And then you'll keep repeating that, following the pattern. So then you have 3 single crochets increase. Then you have 3 rounds of just single crocheting all the way around. So you'll keep going until you get to the bit where we're gonna do the face. Once you get to the part for the face, if you check out my second video, that will then show you how to do the face on your ghost. So that's it for this tutorial. If you need to repeat it, all you need to do to undo your stitches is just undo. And if you find that you end up at the wrong point, so you've done too many stitches or not enough increases, or your stitch count doesn't work, just undo it by pulling your thread until you get back to your stitch marker. Or if you want to go all the way back to the beginning and try again, if you want to look at improving your stitches or just practice a bit, all you need to do is just undo it at this stage. So that's the end of this one. I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions, you can always message me, and then I will see you in my next tutorial.